What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again. Thursday's NBA slate. We got a two-game slate here today. Two very exciting games. Cleveland going against Toronto, actually starting at 6 p.m. So an earlier start to the slate. So keep that in mind. Also, we got Philly going against Boston at 8:30. So nice slate here with two games that should be pretty competitive. Pretty high scoring, around like 100 points each for all the teams probably in these games, but I got it broken down for the DraftKings side of things with 6 of my favorite plays, some good value throughout, and also I have next one of those guys, my value play of the day, my extreme cheap guy that I think can return a ton of value on his price tag if he gets hot. So before we get going, if you could just go ahead and slap a like in the video and yeah, just show the support to the videos and to my channel so I can keep these coming to you every single day. If we can get over 100 likes again, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for all the support on every video. Again, I say this in every video, but thank you. And also subscribe if you are new here by chance to these NBA videos. And also I upload MLB DraftKings picks videos every single slate, so you can just check out my plays. You don't have to run them out, but it's kind of what I'm thinking in every single slate for some of my top guys. So let's just hop into it. You see at the top of the slate here, just to mention, you got a big discrepancy between the top two guys. LeBron at 12,100 compared to Simmons and these other guys at 9,400 for Simmons. So almost a $3,000 gap between LeBron and everyone else, kind of. So with the way I'm kind of building my core in this lineup in just this video, I'm not going to be going with LeBron. I think if you fade him here, honestly, he didn't look that comfortable against what Toronto was throwing at him last game. He shot 12 for 30 in that game. I mean, he is LeBron. He's not really human. He kind of can get hot against any single matchup. But they do have a solid defender in OG on him, so that could slow him down here again, where he's just not scoring as much. And also, they're kind of going a little bit bigger with Tristan Thompson and K-Love on the court next to him. So that kind of limits his rebound upside in that sense as well. And I doubt it will be going to overtime again. He got 46 minutes in that game. So two grueling games back-to-back with that Game 7 in Indiana and then that 47-minute game in Toronto there. So I'm not going to be going LeBron. So I'm going to be going with the more balanced approach here with Joel Embiid at 9,300. Look very good against Boston. What the defense they were kind of throwing at him, or just in Philly in general, they were kind of loading up to that three-point line. They really didn't want those shooters to get hot on the wings, really kind of freeing it up for Simmons just to find everyone because he's such a great passer. They wanted to funnel things down low, so just have Embiid have some one-on-one matchups, get some two-point opportunities. Like, we'll let you get your twos, and we'll get our threes on the other side of the ball. That's kind of the other side of the ball. That's kind of what Boston was doing, I think, with their game plan. So I think with that means that Embiid is going to get a lot of shots again here and just be able to fill it up. And he's been pretty solid against Boston. Just on the year before, 49 DraftKings points throughout those 4 games, including this last game. So very solid output against Boston. And he kind of has that athleticism against Horford down low as well. So I think Embiid, another great play. And at 9,300, I think he honestly could approach LeBron if LeBron kind of falters again here. And Embiid has that 60-plus upside we've seen in some of these games. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there. And for my second guy, I'm going to go with another center, Jonas Valanciunas. Did very well in his first game. He got a double-double. I did recommend him there in that first game, and he proved me right. Even though he didn't even shoot that well, he got a ton of rebounds, 21 points, 21 rebounds in 34 minutes. I'll get a few less minutes because it probably won't go to overtime again in this spot, but he's just so dominant on the glass against this Cavs team, and I think he should be able to finish more of those opportunities down low with that kind of shot total. It's similar to what the Celtics doing. They don't have the Cavs don't have that rim protector. So Jonas Valanciunas can definitely get some easy looks. I think he'll be able to capitalize on those looks again here and be able to put in work on the glass. He's just a freak of nature compared to the guys that the Cavs have down low. So I'm gonna go with Jonas again here, even though the price went up a decent amount. He still has crazy upside. When he's getting those minutes, like I mentioned last time, 32, 31, and 34 minutes. The last 3 games probably would have been like still 30 without the overtime. So when the guy gets minutes, normally he's getting that production. So lock him in there again. And for my third guy, Terry Rozier, Scary Terry. The guy has been an absolute beast the last 2 games. Unconscious from 3. Me and my friends are joking, calling him Terry Curry because he's just so wet from 3 the last couple of games. 7 for 9 last game, 5 for 8 the game before that. Do I think he's going to keep it going? in this game? Probably not. But the thing I'm looking at here for Scary Terry is just the opportunity that he's going to have in this game. With Jaylen Brown sidelined for this game again, he's doubtful. That means more opportunity for Terry Rozier. So I think he can honestly get around like 18 shots again in this game. And Philly, they're not great defending. They kind of showed their weaknesses defending the point guards in the playoffs so far. Redick had some solid game scoring, and Terry Rozier is a solid rebounder and a solid assist kind of guy, so he can fill it up in those other categories as well. So I think he can get over 20 points, get around like 7 rebounds, maybe 6 assists again, and he's pretty active in the defensive end with steals and blocks. So they were matching him up with Ben Simmons defensively for the most part, and Rozier was just too quick on Simmons, so that's something also that works in Rozier's favor. So a huge playoff series and just kind of statement series for Terry Rozier with the fact that he's the backup. He's trying to earn his money in the future, so I'm going to go with him again at 7,700 there, lock him in. And for my fourth guy, I'm going to go with Jason Tatum here, honestly, at 6,700. Another Celtic that sees a boost with Jaylen Brown sideline. He's been performing pretty well recently, 35, 37, 33 the last 3 games, so pretty consistent. And I think he just has a good opportunity here. Philly is actually worse defending against small forwards if you look at their fantasy points allowed on the season. So that can benefit Tatum, and he's normally pretty more better at home, more comfortable here at home. Obviously, with those younger guys, you feel more comfortable at home, and just everyone in general normally kind of gets it going more on the offensive end. So I think Tatum in this matchup against Ben Simmons, one of the projected rookies of the year between him and Donovan Mitchell. So maybe that kind of adds another chip on his shoulder as well. And also I saw during the middle of the season, Ben Simmons said that he was not impressed by any other rookie this year. So maybe Tatum saw that post and he's like, screw this guy. I'm going to prove him wrong and have a huge series. So Tatum, a guy I'm looking at, lock him in there. For my fifth and final guy of the core, I'm going to go with JJ Redick. Like I mentioned, that Philly, they kind of been funneled into the lane, but the one guy that's still been consistent, or was consistent last game, was J.J. Redick. Had a pretty solid shooting game, 7 for 13. He was able to get free a decent amount in that game that I was watching. He got 20 points, 28 drafting points, so a solid game. Right around 5 times value for what we're looking for here tonight at 5,400. So I think he can get around 30 drafting points again in this spot, and he's been pretty damn solid against the C's on the season 4 games, shooting 51% from 3, good for 31 drafting points. So Redick has done very solid against this Boston defense. One of the few guys that has. Ben Simmons has really struggled against Boston, so I think Redick can get a good amount of shots here again in this game. They're going to need him to step up. They need that 3-point scoring. They really match what Boston is throwing at him. So Redick, lock him in there. So that's the core 5. You got Rozier, Redick, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, and Jonas Valanciunas. And for my cheap guy, I mentioned I'm going really cheap. CJ Miles at 3,300. I mean, he obviously has some low downside to him. He can kind of do nothing in some of these games. But against the Cavs, they're just so weak against wing players. And Miles is a guy that can get hot. He got 16 drafting points the last game, even though he shot just 2 for 6 on the field. Like, this is a guy that can catch fire. Looking back at Washington series, one of the games at home, 21 drafting points. Shot only 2 for 7 from the field, but was able to fill it up in that game. Another game at home, beginning of the series, 18 drafting points, 22 drafting points. So all of those games are right around 5 times value. At 3,300, he needs around like 16, 17 drafting points. Obviously, that doesn't look great in the lineup, but with what you're able to do with that 3,300, you're able to pay for those like mid-range studs. So you have some nice upside bounds throughout your lineup. And then you have CJ Miles that can have the upside of 20 drafting points. And at 3,300, you can't really complain about that price. So, and like I said, those role players, shooters, normally just perform better at home in these playoff series. So Miles, a guy off the bench, can definitely get it going here at a low price. Lock him in there. And they need all they can get here in Toronto. Their second game, they're down 0-1. I think they're going to have it firing on all cylinders here in this game with these role players. So that is it for the video. It leaves you with 5,350 remaining per player with some nice spread out guys with solid upside throughout. And then you have CJ Miles, just a very extreme discount guy. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to slap a like in the video like I mentioned before. 100 plus likes. Thank you so much for all the support. And subscribe to come and join the Money Mob to get these fire drafting picks every single day. NBA, MLB going right now. We're going to be having some more fantasy football talk coming up with some videos. I'll be doing some breakdowns for that, for some season-long stuff, and also we obviously have NFL DraftKings picks every single week when that season kind of rolls around. I'm already looking forward to the NFL season. I already missed it with the draft. It's just like a tease and all the OTAs and stuff like that, so I'm excited for that. But we got some DraftKings money in the meantime. So good luck tonight, guys, on this 2-game slate, and we'll see you back here again next time.